Hey friends, how you doing? Hope you're all keeping safe and well. Just thought I'd pop on and give a quick little update, as it's been a while since I last said anything on this channel. In my last video, I alluded to the fact that Mum's been having various problems with her health, particularly her mental health, in terms of adjusting to being blind and everything. It's been very, very difficult for her. Her brain's been trying to compensate in ways that have made it very, very difficult. And her physical health's also been affected because she's been having more falls as well and stuff like that. So I've now gone into much more detail about all that on my blog, as you may have seen. If you haven't seen those posts yet, do go and read them. They put everything into context, really, because there's like three parts: one about her physical health, one about her mental health, and one about my own well-being, which has suffered as a result of all this. Because it's really highlighted how much I do as a carer, really. I've always been a carer for Mum to some degree or another, but it's really become quite intense over the last few months. I've been trying to get help for her and stuff like that, and it's been quite difficult, really. We've had the occasional assessment here and there. We've got telecare installed, as I said in my last video, but it hasn't really improved her physical or mental condition, and now we're actually at a point where we are now getting support, but it's not been triggered in the way we would have liked, because her falls have got more and more serious. There was one back in July where she injured her clavicle. She fractured her clavicle, so that's been quite difficult for her to get over. And now in early August, on her birthday no less, she's broken her wrist. So she's actually in hospital as I film this. Hopefully coming home tomorrow, I've been told, maybe. Fingers crossed. She's been in there about 4 nights. Obviously been quite stressful for her. She was in A&E for like 25 hours before they moved her into a ward and stuff like that. And she's got her arm in a cast now, of course. So because of that has now triggered extra care for her, thankfully. So when she gets home, there are going to be carers visiting like 3 times a day to help her, get washed and dressed and stuff like that, and do other little things, because obviously she's going to be working one-handed for the next 6 to 8 weeks. But then after that, or alongside that, there's going to be involvement from what's called the reablement team, which I'd never heard of before. I'd never heard of reablement before, but looking it up, it sounds like it could be ideal for her, because reablement services basically try and help people get their independence and confidence back by helping them to get back into doing everyday tasks like washing and cooking and other bits and pieces, stuff you'd like to do around the house, and even get out of the house a bit if people want to do that. So I'm hoping that would be really, really useful for her. I've also managed to get her referred for psychogeriatrics, which is old age psychiatry. Another thing I didn't know was a specialism, but we spoke to a lovely lady at our GP surgery and she referred her to it. There's a very specialised section of psychiatry for older people, and Mum's got an appointment for that. Someone's going to come round to the house and talk to us. So that'd be lovely, because she needs a lot of help with that, particularly with like the vision she's been having of me, as I've explained in the blog post, and also just her general anxiety and panic attacks and things. And we're hoping to get her sleep problems dealt with as well. I've managed to ask one of the doctors at the hospital to prescribe her melatonin, which I've heard has helped for various blind people with their broken sleep cycle, because when you can't detect light, it basically mucks your brain up and throws your sleep cycle right out. So we've got all that kind of stuff going on. It's been quite intense, for me looking after her without any of that support. Hopefully now we're getting all that in place, with carers to look after her when she's discharged from hospital for a while, reablement team to look after her as well, to try and get her back, her independence and confidence back. That'd be great. And if, after the reablement service has kind of finished their period of time, it's usually up to about 6 weeks apparently, there will be a further assessment to see if she needs any ongoing care, at which point we'd have to fund it ourselves probably. But that's fine, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure she's safe and comfortable. Hopefully, if she needs it, we'll be able to get ongoing care in some form or another, and I'll be able to kind of get my life back a bit, because I've basically stopped having a social life. I met a friend today, which was lovely. Really appreciate them taking the time out to come and see me. It really meant a lot. Other friends have been keeping in touch as well, as I've been sharing things online and things. So I really appreciate everyone checking in on me. It really has meant a lot, because it has been hard sometimes and still is sometimes. I'm just hoping that now that Mum's actually been in hospital for a few days, that it's really kicking things into gear, put the wheels in motion to finally get her the support that I've been clamouring for a while now. And I'm getting support as a carer as well. I'm a member of the local carers community now, so I'm going to a workshop with them in the coming week. And so I've got support on my side as well, as and when I need it. So hopefully things are going to move in a more positive direction now. If we can stop her falling over and get her sleeping better and, just get her confidence back up and everything, we should be able to get back to some sense of normality. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It is hopefully looking positive, fingers crossed, but who knows? At various points along this journey, we've felt like things are kind of moving in a positive direction for her, and then we've kind of had knockbacks. So I'm not going to take anything for granted, but this is the most positive kind of set of signals we've had in terms of getting our help for quite some time. So it's busy, it's stressful, but yeah, I'm reasonably positive at the moment. Hopefully. So yeah, in terms of this channel, it still means there aren't going to be any favourites videos for a while, because with everything going on, it's hardly a priority. But I am still writing for my blog anyway. You'll have seen me writing not just about my carers stuff, but I've also written about the whole PIP thing that's been going on in the government, and also nicer things like the Back to the Future trilogy and Black Mirror that I've been enjoying, and Doctor Who, the latest season aired. I reviewed that. I'm currently reviewing series 5 of Doctor Who. There'll be a post off about that very soon, so I've really enjoyed going back to that. That's the start of the Matt Smith era. I'll keep posting stuff on my blog, more pleasant things as well. So it's not just going to be about all this carer stuff, but there are going to be more carers posts coming up. I'm going to kind of do a carers journal type of thing, one that kind of recaps the first kind of 7 months of the year, just to bring everything up to date in line with the other trilogy of posts I did. And then I'll start doing sort of journal posts from like August onwards. Then I think it's just more insightful that way, because trying to kind of do a summary after so many weeks, if I was to do like a summary like once a month or something, there'd be so much to try and cram in that it would just be quite difficult to write it. Whereas as I'm writing a journal for myself anyway and keeping logs of everything that's happening to Mum lately, it's just easier just to adapt that really for a public post. So that's basically me rambling away really, but that's basically just to let you know that I am still here. Things are still difficult. There won't be favourites videos for the foreseeable future. I will get back to them at some point, but they're just not at all a priority at the moment. But as I say, there is plenty of material on my blog, as always, not always about carer stuff, but about entertainment and anything else that I want to write about as well. So do go and follow me there. Follow all my social media feeds as well. You'll know when I make new posts and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd give that rambling little update, just to let you know what's going on. And I'll keep you posted, let you know what's happening. And as I say, check on my blog and stuff like that, and you'll see exactly what's going on. So that's what I've got to say for now. Take care of yourselves. Hope you're getting any support you need as well for whatever you're going through, and hope you're enjoying yourself, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you for another update at some point soon. So take care of yourselves, and bye for now.